Hey everyone, it's Chris from CGM Pilates. I'm just going to take you through a short stretching series today. So if you'd like to just lie down on your mat, like so, and we're just going to lie with our feet directly below our torso, find our neutral spine here, and then we're going to come into a stretching breath. So our arms are going to come up and over our body and up and over our head, palms facing each other. And then we're going to bring them back down beside the body, palms facing up. So we inhale as we reach our hands up overhead, and then we exhale as we take them back down beside the body. One third time, on this third time, we're going to keep the arms up above the head and come into a banana stretch. So I'm going to take both hands over towards the right side of my mat, and then I'm going to take my left legs over to the right side, both legs over to the right side of my mat here, and just stretch out the left side of my body, remembering to breathe. And then we return back to the center, finding our center, and then we're going to take both our hands over towards the left side of the mat and both feet over towards the left side of the mat, stretching out the right side of the body, trying to make our body in the shape of a banana here, remembering to breathe. And then we come back into the center and bring our hands back down beside our body. We're going to stretch out through our lower back with an Upanasana, so lifting both feet off the ground, our knees are bent, hands are just on the knees for guidance, and we're going to just draw our knees in towards our chest and then back over our hips. So we'll do this 3 times here, and we'll hold the last one. On this last one, if you want to exhale as you bring your knees in towards your chest, and then we're just going to stay here and breathe, taking 3 deep breaths. And then we bring our knees back over our hips, and we're going to stretch through our hamstrings. So keeping your left leg off the ground, or left foot off the ground, we're going to straighten through our right leg and flex our ankle. Grab hold of our right thigh as we bend the knee and just slightly bring the knee in towards the chest, and then we straighten through the leg. So breathing out as we bring the knee in towards the chest, and then we exhale as we straighten, and bringing it in one more time, and then swapping over to our left leg, remembering to flex through the left ankle. Both feet are still off the ground, and we draw that knee in towards the chest, stretching through our left hamstring. And one last time. And then bringing both feet back down onto the mat, just wider than the hip distance apart, so towards the edges of the mat. We're going to take our hands and place them into a cactus arm position here, so bent elbows. And then we're just going to windscreen both knees, windscreen wiper both knees over to the right side. So we take our gaze over towards the left. Take a little rotation through the spine and a nice stretch through the side of the body. And then we return to center, and then we take both knees over towards the left side of the mat as we take our gaze over towards the right side. Feeling that nice stretch down the side body. And then returning back to the center, we can lift our pelvis up and place our hands underneath our sacrum in a little diamond shape. And then lifting our feet off the ground, we hold this shape and push ourselves up into a cross-legged position. And we're just going to stretch through our neck now. So we'll just draw the chin down towards the chest as we breathe out. We'll do this 3 times. We're going to hold the third one. now we're going to stretch through our shoulders. So just waking up our shoulder blades. We're going to inhale as we open our chest, and then we're going to exhale as we press the hands forward like we're pushing on a door. We inhale as we draw the shoulder blades back, and then we exhale as we press forward through the palms of our hands. And last time here. From here, we're going to place our hands down onto the mat, and if you can roll over your knees and find all fours, hands below shoulders and knees below the hips, pressing down through the tops of the feet, finding a neutral spine position or a straight back. We're going to breathe in to prepare, and then as we exhale, rounding through the lower, middle, then upper back, gaze comes down towards the knees as the shoulder blades come forward, and then we inhale as we arch through the lower, middle, then upper back, shoulder blades come together, gaze comes forward as we breathe in and open up our chest, and then we're going to exhale and then inhale as we mobilize the spine. And then on this third time, we're going to round through the back and then send our pelvis back, so we sit down onto our ankles, keeping our lower back nice and round. And then we're going to inhale as we come back into our neutral all fours position. We exhale as we press back, sitting back onto the heels as best you can. If this is a little bit challenging for you, you can place a cushion in between your bottom and your ankles. And on the next one, we're going to stay in our prayer pose or child's pose and just breathe. You can take your hands on top of your sacrum here or down beside your body. Really focusing on stretching through the back as you breathe. Trying to strengthen the muscles that support your spine as we do this. And we can place our hands back out in front of the body, palms facing down. We inhale as we come back to all fours, and now we're going to press up, tucking the toes, coming into a downward facing dog or upside down V. Knees can stay soft here, but the spine is straight, and gaze is looking back in between your legs. We come back to all fours, and then we exhale as we round through the back, sitting into our child's pose. We're going to go through this 2 more times. So we inhale as we come up to all fours. The toes are tucked under as we lift the knees up. We send the pelvis up and back as we find our downward facing dog, and we're going to stay here now. Take 3 deep breaths. If you like, you can straighten through one knee at a time if that feels good, or maybe both knees. Just trying to keep our spine nice and straight as we stay in this position. And then when you're ready, we'll come back and find all fours position here. We're going to take the left leg forward and place the sole of the left foot down next to the left hand. And then we're going to press the body up and come into a low lunge. Hands can come onto the knee or onto the hips, whichever feels better for you. And then we're going to just press forward, stretching through the right hip. That's right, 3 times, you guessed it. And then we'll come back. We're going to place our hands back down, framing our left foot. We'll tuck the toe and come up into a high lunge position. And then we're going to reach our left hand up towards the sky. The gaze can either stay looking down, or if you want to feel that stretch a bit deeper, you can look up towards your left hand. place the left hand back down onto the mat. Knee comes down. We go back to all fours, and then the right foot comes forward, and we find a low lunge. Hands come onto the knees or the hips as we press forward, stretching through the left hip flexor. And then we frame our front foot with our hands, tuck the back toe and come up into a high lunge position. The right hand comes up towards the sky, and you can take your gaze up to look at the hand if that's accessible to you. Then comes back down and place the knee back onto the mat. Find our all fours position. We're going to press up into downward facing dog, and then we'll walk the feet forward, coming into a forward fold, and then we'll do our roll up stretch. So on an exhale, we're going to start to restack the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head and shoulders are the last things to come up. We're going to take our hands up overhead, and then we're going to come back down into our roll down stretch. As we breathe out, articulating through one vertebrae at a time. Hands and head hang heavy, gaze is back between the knees. Just staying here and breathing through any resistance in the body. Taking whatever movements feel good at this point in time. And then when you're ready, you're going to breathe in, and then on an exhale, we'll start to restack the spine. Very good.